If there was one thing that I was forced to do for the rest of my life in terms of marketing, sales, and business, it would definitely be video sales letters. VSLs, I would be writing them, I would be filming them, I would be creating them, because throughout my years in doing this and growing these agencies, growing businesses, doing marketing, doing lead generation, I've never seen anything so powerful than video sales letter. There's just nothing compares to it. It's a 24/7 sales rep that sells your prospects on your products, on your offers, never asks for pay raises. It works day and night, never gets sick. Everything's just a million times better when you have a good video sales letter. So what we're gonna be doing in this video is I'm gonna be showing you how to create a video sales letter for your agency, because by the title of the video, I would assume that that is the reason why you're here. So in this video, you will learn how to create a video sales letter for your agency. So I'm gonna show you step by step, piece by piece, the exact template and exact structure that we use. I'm gonna show you how to use use the structure, how to implement it for your agency. You will also see an example of my agency's sales letter. So I'm gonna be going through piece by piece how we have used this exact template for my agency sales letter, and you will also get my in-depth agency VSL template and additional training for free that I have written for you. So that's also really valuable stuff. So make sure that you stick around until the end of the video. But before we go into the actual template and the structure of the video sales letter, there's a lot of people saying a bunch of mumbo jumbo online about different marketing stuff. So you need to be careful of who you listen. So I just want to quickly show you some proof that we actually know how to grow these agencies using video sales letters. And this is something that we actually do. So here's, for example, a great example. We worked with Kasper Korhonen, and in 16 months, he went from zero. He went from a college dropout to building a $65,000 a month lead generation, B2B lead generation agency. Actually, this month they're doing $75,000. They're almost hitting $100,000 a month, and he did this working with us. We did the same with Wyatt. He went from running a lead generation agency doing $500 a month to making $76,000 in pure net profit in 9 months using our stuff and using our VSLs templates and agency structure. Same with Emil and Elliot, from 0 to 25,000 a month in 19 weeks in a really difficult niche. Once again, using our stuff, and right now they're doing like 50,000 a month. Johannes went from not being able to pay rent to 15,000 a month in 150 days. He's also doing way more now. Josh Gregg, the same story, from 9 to 5 to 20,000 a month in 12 weeks. And if you go to our website, agentvelocity.io, you can see that we have like over 30 of these similar success stories and interviews. So you can obviously see that we know how to grow agencies. Also, some examples. Last month, Wooder, he used our sales letter structure and our campaign structure and all of these things, put 58 calls for his agency. Jack and Emil doing like $40,000 in a few weeks with their agency. This is also the same exact stuff that I used to make $383,000. You can see here, boom, last year, 2023, I made $383,000. I don't know why this GIF is so slow. Yeah, 347,000 euros, $383,000. Doing this stuff in my first year of running this agency, using this stuff. Max making like 13,000, 14,000 in 1 day. Jack making like 40,000 or something in 3 days, as you can see from the timestamps. And yeah, I'm not gonna go through all of these screenshots. We have over 2,000 of these screenshots. So I'm not gonna obviously show all of those to you, but I just wanted to show this to you because once again, obviously there's a bunch of mumbo jumbo, bunch of shenanigans out there, and I don't want you to waste your time on a long video by someone who doesn't know what they're doing. There's a lot of those people out there. Maybe you know who I'm talking about. So who is this video going to be useful for? This video is going to be useful if you run an agency. So it can be any agency. It can be a social media marketing agency. It can be an AI automation agency. It can be a B2B lead generation agency. And you're under $50,000 a month. Obviously, this stuff works really well if you're above $50,000 a month as well. And we have implemented this to countless of businesses and countless of agencies who are over $50,000 a month. We have done this for companies who do hundreds of millions a year. But I would assume that most of the people watching these videos are around this range. So I'm going to be catering this to you. But obviously, if you're higher, it's still going to be really useful. It's also going to be useful for you if you want to improve the performance of your cold outreach campaigns by 2 to 3x without changing anything in your campaigns. I'm going to be talking about this a bit later on, but having a good video sales letter will directly impact all the marketing and sales you do, and your cold email campaign performance is gonna go up just by implementing this. If you want to increase your closing rate and have easier sales calls without objections while closing $3,000 to $30,000 projects, so this is gonna help you a lot with your sales cost as well, because people are gonna be more educated and more nurtured and more sold, and you're gonna have better rapport and better status delta with your prospects when they hop on sales calls. So you're gonna have less objections, you're gonna close faster, you're gonna close easier, and you will also be able to increase your prices without it affecting your closing rates, which is, once again, if you understand anything about business, that's really good stuff. And the last thing, this is also perfect for you if you have tried creating a video sales letter for your agency, because you understand the power of it, but you don't know what to say on it. I see this often, a lot of times. People come to me, hey, I really want to make a VSL. I understand it's really powerful stuff. I know that I need one, but I have no clue what to say on it. So in this video, I'm also gonna solve this problem. So why do video sales letters matter so much? Why is this one piece of the process such an impactful thing that I would change this would be the main thing that I would do in my life if I had to choose. And the reason for this is simple. Because video sales letters, they pretty much affect the whole process. It has infinite leverage. You can create one video today, and you can use that one video to sell to 1 million people. As long as you get the traffic, you can sell to 10 million people, you can sell to 100 million people if you create a good video sales letter. So it has infinite leverage. The only leverage that you need is just having the video hosted somewhere, which is really cheap nowadays. So it has infinite leverage, and it can be extremely powerful. We have seen literally that implementing a video sales letter has like 2 to 3x agencies and businesses in a matter of a few months, because the video sales letter just does so much lifting. When you do outbound campaigns, it's gonna have, wait, maybe I can zoom in here a bit. When you do outbound campaigns, it's gonna have a big impact in the business, because the people who receive your emails, receive your LinkedIn messages, receive your cold calls, they're gonna go to their landing page, they're gonna see your video sales letter, they're gonna be sold. When you do sales calls, people are gonna go look at your video sales letter before and after the calls. So once again, they're gonna have more context, they're gonna understand why your offer is so powerful. A lot of the objections have already been handled, so you don't have to explain everything in a call, and you're not gonna get hit with all of the objections. When people are considering about buying from you, it's gonna be really, really powerful. And yeah, it's just gonna help you overall. Oh damn, it's gonna help you overall with everything. And we have literally seen this multiple times. We have tested this, we have done a bunch of testing about this over the past few years. If you have 2 exactly identical agencies, they are both in the same niche, and they have the exact same offer, and they run the exact same cold email campaign. They have the same leads, they have the same scripts, they have the same niche, they have the same offer. The agency that has a good video sales letter will make at least twice the money, because in this scenario, in this example here, agency B, they start sending a bunch of cold emails, boom, 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 they start reaching out to these prospects. And some of these prospects, yeah, they will book a call immediately. So maybe they book 3 calls out of 1,000 leads, like immediately. But then some of these prospects, they're gonna be a bit skeptical. They're gonna need a bit more nurturing than the average Joe, you know? So they go to their agencies, or they go to the agency B's landing page or their website, and they try to find more information. But there really isn't a good way to get more information, so they never end up booking. So they only book the calls that are pretty much easy to book. But then agency A, they start reaching them. They start reaching out to all of these clients as well. Boom, 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 sending cold emails. They book the easy calls. They book the same calls because obviously the same list, same offer, etc. But then once again, when the skeptical people to go to their landing page, they're gonna see the video sales letter and they want more information, so they're gonna watch through the video sales letter. And in the video sales letter, they see the claim, they see the proof, they see the identification, they see the core concept, they see the mechanism, they see all of these things that you're gonna learn in a second. And they're gonna think, this is actually really useful. Let me book a call. So they book way more calls than the agency B. And then if the closing rate stays the exact same, as you can see in this example, it's a 2x difference in the end. And of course, this is only 1,000 leads, but let's say you run an agency for 12 months and you reach out to 30,000 leads, the difference is gonna be way more. It's gonna be 30 clients. If one client is worth 10K for you, that's $300,000 difference by having a simple video on your website that you could make. And then of course, when you have a good video sales letter, also the closing rate is going to be different. So in a realistic simulation or realistic scenario, agency A probably would also have a 30% closing rate compared to a 20% closing rate because of the video sales letter. So if you were in this situation, if you didn't have a video sales letter, you would probably lose out on like $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in a matter of a year or a few years, depending on how hard you go in the agency by not having this video sales letter. So This is really valuable stuff. This is really, really big stuff. And also the great thing about this is if you run an agency, of course, depends a bit on what kind of an agency you run. But if you do generally just growth marketing, and if you help your clients make more money just in all different ways, you're like a growth consultant, growth marketer, whatever, then also you can sell these video sales letters for a lot of money. We have been selling them for tens of thousands of dollars. And because they're so powerful, we get really good results, we get really good case studies, our clients are really happy, and we can also charge thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars for writing a simple Google document. So this is also something that you can start selling to your clients after you learn the structure that I'm gonna share with you. But great, so now that that is understood, let's move on to the actual process of how to create your own video sales letter. Step one is going to be deciding the format you will use for your video sales letters. There's multiple different formats that you can use, and I have here 2 examples, but there's a bunch of other formats that you can use. You can either do a Google Doc or a slides presentation. So for example, how I'm doing a slide presentation right here, you can do a presentation like that, or you can write up a Google document where you pretty much have everything within a Google document, and then you do a presentation on the Google document. Or for example, you could just do a talking head to camera, so you have no slides, no visuals, and you sit here like this and you just talk to the camera and you deliver your script, and you could have like a teleprompter, or you could just memorize it, or whatever it might be. If this is the first, or if you're not extremely experienced with doing video sales letters and doing these campaigns, I highly recommend you to do a Google document presentation. So you pretty much have a Google document. I'm going to show you in a second what it looks like a bit later on in the video. But you're going to have a Google document and you write your sales letter there, and then you just do a presentation on the document. You go through it, boom, 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 you overview all the lines. And the reason why I think that is perfect for when you're starting out is because that is the easiest way to ensure that, or like that is the easiest way to go from 0 to a video sales letter, because you don't have to create slides, you don't need to memorize the slides, you don't need to do like a proper presentation, you literally just read a document, you know? So it's way easier. And then later on, when you get more market feedback, we're gonna talk about this also in a bit, but when you get more market feedback and you start iterating your video sales letter, then also you don't have to go and change 100 slides or 50 slides or 30 slides, you can just go and change the document and refilm it. So there's less friction, it's way easier, and there's less memorization, less learning that you have to do. So if you're just starting out, I would either do a Google document, that's I think the best one, or you could do slides presentation. We always do Google documents when we do video sales letters, because once again, it is just, in my opinion, the best way to present. It's the simplest and easiest way to get to actually recording it. So decide your format. If you're smart, choose Google Documents. Yeah, and then after that we go into step 2, which is writing down your claim. So this is pretty much going to be the first thing that we put down on your video sales letter. So you have your Google document, and on the top we need some kind of a headline for a video sales letter. And the point of this headline is to immediately answer the question, what do you do? That is going to be the first thing that is in our prospect's mind when they start watching a video sales letter. What do these guys do? Why am I even watching this? What am I getting out of this? And the headline is extremely, extremely important, since if you have a bad headline, nobody will watch your presentation and nothing else matters. Like, you can have an amazing hour-long VSL and 59 minutes of that hour are absolutely fantastic. But if the first minute is terrible, and if the headline is terrible and no one is actually interested in a headline, no one will stick through and watch it. People have short attention span. You need to hook them in with a good headline. So the headline is extremely important. I can't remember which marketer said it. Some Eugene Schwartz or some OG said that when you have written your headline, you have spent 90 cents of your marketing dollar, which means that 90% of your advertisement or your video sales or whatever it might be is going to be your headline. So spend a lot of time on it. It is really important. I've seen Russell Brunson when he talks about him writing headlines for his funnels. He sometimes spends like 7 days, 10 days, 2 weeks writing the headline, and then he spends 1-2 days writing the rest of the copy and writing the rest of the funnel. That's how important it is. And now, of course, when I say that, you're gonna be, damn, you're gonna be paralyzed by fear. What if I mess up the headline? All of this work that I'm doing is going to be completely useless, but don't you worry, I have a really simple formula that works really well. So a good headline format to start with is this. You first call out the niche. So you first call out who you are actually talking to. Then you just tell your offer. How to get X result in Y time frame using mechanism without a big pain in the niche. And let me show you an example. So for example, you could say, hey, this is for US-based e-commerce stores, and I'm gonna show you how to scale profitably to 8 figures in the next 12 months using Snapchat ads. So here, this is the end result that they get. This is the time frame on how fast they get it, and this is how they get it. This is the mechanism that we use to get it. And then we also make this stronger by saying, hey, you don't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars in sourcing user-generated content, because that is a big pain point for e-commerce stores. And the reason why this is also really important is there's a lot of marketing studies in the avoidance of pain and how big that is for humans. So if you've ever seen the study, people are more motivated by avoiding pain or avoiding suffering than gaining something. If you tell someone, hey, if you do this one thing, you're gonna get $1,000, a lot of people are gonna be really motivated. They're like, let's say 50% of the people are gonna do it. Then if you tell people, hey, if you don't do these things, you're gonna lose $1,000. That's gonna drive more people, and they're gonna be like, oh, holy shit, damn, I need to do this because I don't wanna lose $1,000. People are more motivated by making sure they don't lose than gaining something. And the same reason, like if you ever buy a new phone, like why do 95% of the people who buy new phones, why do they buy a new phone? Yeah, 5% of people who buy phones, they are tech nerds, they are tech geeks, they really care about the technology. The new iPhone comes out with the new M3 giga-chip mega processor, and they're like, okay, I need that, I need the best latest tech, they're gonna go get it. But 95% of the people buy a new phone because their old one has a cracked screen, or the camera doesn't work, or the battery is terrible, or the memory is full, or it's slow, whatever. They avoid pain. They go buy a new phone because they avoid pain, not because they want to gain access to the new technology. And this is how everyone works and all the people work in life. So this is also a perfect thing to call out. If you get this really accurately, and if you know what kind of pains your market has, this is going to work wonders. So first, who are you talking to? We are talking to US-based e-commerce stores. Okay, what do they get? How fast do they get it? And how do they get it? And then what painful thing can they remove or avoid in their life when they start doing this? And here, another example for early stage B2B startups, how to find product market fit in 6 months through prospect interviews. So once again, we're talking to early stage B2B startups. The end outcome is they find product market fit, they get it in 6 months, and they do it through prospect interviews, and they don't have to raise a dime of funding because that is painful. Or for European marketing agencies, how to generate an extra $20,000 in profit every single month using outbound funnels and sales letters without building an expensive sales team. Once again, we're talking to European marketing agencies. They are generating an extra $20,000 in profit every single month, and they do it through outbound funnels and sales letters. And here, the more unique and more interesting you can make this mechanism here, the orange part, if they have never heard of this and it makes logical sense, like, what is outbound funnels and sales letters? Or for example, here in the e-commerce examples, like, Snapchat ads, we have heard about Snapchat ads, but we have never heard anyone making money with it. They're really intrigued, so it's gonna hook them in. They're gonna be like, damn. So this is gonna be a combination of multiple things. First of all, you need to call out the niche. Then this claim, this end outcome needs to be something that they actually want. If you tell an Eskimo, hey, how to get snow, they're obviously not gonna care. So this needs to be something that they actually desire. The time frame it has to be realistic in their mind, and the mechanism that you deliver the results with has to be something that intrigues them, something that they wanna learn more about. And then also you have to call out a painful thing that they have in their life. And once again, like, you're not gonna get this perfect the first time you do it. If you're just starting your agency, if you have never done it in the past, if you are new in your niche or new with your offer, you're not gonna have this perfect, but it doesn't have to be perfect. The whole idea, and we're gonna once again talk about this later on, but the whole idea is to create your first sales letter and then go to the market, talk to prospects, and learn more about it. Learn what kind of end outcomes do they want. Learn what kind of mechanisms they are interested about, and learn what kind of pains they have, and then go back and update this every single time when you learn more information, when you learn something that actually they don't hate building expensive sales team. This is not a pain for them, but maybe their big pain is going to all of these industry events. You go and you update it and you make it better. It's dynamic, it changes every time when you learn more, and then over time when you go through this process, it becomes better and the headline becomes more accurate and it starts just piercing through the market, you know? And an important pointer here is that notice how the headline is how to and not how we will. since we want to position this as an educational and useful resource for the prospect. So a lot of video sales that I see, and once again, there's no right or wrong about this. The marketing is an art form. There's obviously a bunch of things that work. There's just no one thing that works. But at least in my opinion, you shouldn't say, hey, European marketing agencies, in this video, I will show you how we will generate an extra $20,000 in profit every month. We say how to. We will show, hey, in this video you will learn how you can do this, because it positions it as an educational thing and people learn. And we actually want to educate them with this, because then the companies feel that we delivered them value. They see that, okay, these guys, the free stuff they have is really useful, and 99% of the companies are going to be too lazy or too busy, or they're not going to have the experience and knowledge and nuance, whatever it is, to do it themselves. So don't be afraid to actually educate the prospects in your video sales and position it as this valuable educational material, because then it also becomes a way more useful asset for you in the long term. You can use it in follow-ups, you can use it as a lead magnet. Hey John, I have this document that shows you how we can generate $20,000 in profit every month using outbound funnels and sales letters. It's completely free. I will send it to you. Do you want it? And yeah, of course I want it. Of course I want to learn that stuff if the headline is good. And then they go through it and they see the value, they see that it's valuable, they see that it makes sense, the process, and then they're like, okay, we don't have time to do this, we don't know how to do this, we don't have the money to do this, let me hire these guys, or let me hop on a call with these guys. But I'm gonna explain how all of that stuff works a bit later on, but I just wanted to make this point really clear. But yeah, after you have completed step two using this template, you have written down your claim and all of these things, we are gonna be moving into step three, which is adding in proof. And once again, don't worry if you're just starting out and you don't have case studies, you don't have client results, there's nothing to worry about. And you're gonna understand it in a second. But now pretty much what we have done is we have made a big bold claim, and the prospect is naturally looking for proof that the claim is true and attainable. You know, if you say, hey, I will show you how you can make a bunch of money, first thing people are gonna think, sure, this guy is just lying, sure, this is not true. Everyone is skeptical, and they should be. So the first thing that they want is they want to prove that this claim you have just made here, that is actually true and attainable and it's realistic. So immediately after the headline, we want to showcase either our own results and case studies that we have gotten. So we want to show that, hey, we have gotten these results. Or we can use third-party example results. So for example, if there's a big example in the market, hey, this is the same exact stuff that Iman Ghazi or Donald Trump or Joe Rogan or Alex Hormozi used to blow up their personal brand. For example, if you, let's say you did YouTube videos, well, you run like a YouTube agency, you could say, hey, this is gonna be the exact same process that Alex Hormozi used for his own company to get 3 million subscribers and get billion views and do all of these things. So you can also use third-party examples. Like really what people are here just looking for is they just want to know that the process actually is able to get like results. Of course, if you're able to show your own results, it's gonna work better, but there's nothing to worry about if you don't have your own results. Once again, this is dynamic piece of marketing asset. This is dynamic marketing asset. So when you get your own results, you go back, you update it, you change it, and it's gonna be better. Or you can use your own research and showcase a thesis on why the claim is attainable. So you could have some kind of a thesis that, hey, the reason why this works is because this is happening in the market and this is happening in the market and there's a clear gap. And once again, it's not gonna be as powerful as showing that you've already done it, but if you have a really compelling argument, then this also works. And like if you say that, this is not gonna work, I don't have client case studies, etc. Like if you think about all of the startups raising money, like their whole pretty much proof on their pitch is always a thesis. For example, someone might build a B2B SaaS company, a software company that solves like some cybersecurity problem in the Web3 space. So their proof always is, hey, we have done research in Web3 and cybersecurity and all of these things, and we have seen that there's this problem and no one else is solving the market. So if we build a tool that does this, theoretically and based on our research, a lot of people would want to buy it. And there are startups who do that and raise hundreds of millions of dollars. So obviously you can also make a few $1,000s or $20,000 with your agency by providing research like this. And pretty much what this looks like, maybe you throw on some logos. So you might show that, hey, we are trusted by all of these companies, or maybe you show like a reference picture. Maybe you show that, hey, here's a screenshot below showcasing this company or this person getting these results, or maybe you just showcase a case study. Hey, we worked with this company, this is their niche, this is how long we worked with them, these are the results I got, and here are some relevant notes. So, and once again, I'm gonna show you our sales letter in a second, so you're gonna get like a perfect example of this, but it doesn't have to be anything fancy. You just showcase, hey, here's some proof that it actually works, let's move on. Then you go into step 4, which is adding in identification statements. And this is super, super important, because after the prospect has seen our claim and they know that it's true, or they have some kind of idea that, hey, this actually might be true, this might be possible, the next logical question in their head will be, is this relevant for me? Like, is this actually for me? You know, you say, hey, we will show agencies how to make extra $100,000, and here's proof that it's true. What is the viewer gonna think, or the reader gonna think? Surely this is not for me. Surely this is for other agencies, but this is not for me. So we want to answer this question using identification statements, who this is for. An identification statement is pretty much just a combination of our ideal client's desires, fears, failures, goals, and overall metrics. So we're just describing who we want to work with, who we can actually help, and we describe our perfect client. So for example, you would say, hey, this is gonna be for you if you are a founder or partner at an early stage startup and you want to hit product market fit, so your target market buys in like magic. If that's you, then stick around. Or if you're looking to be quoted on a New York Times bestseller for fast and innovative growth, then stick around. Oh, damn. If you're struggling to find sales qualified leads and convert them from demos to paying customers, then stick around. Or if you're unable to hit 1 to 3 CAC to LTV ratio, then stick around. If you are a marketing agency and you're located in Europe and you're doing 30 to 50,000 euros, stick around. If you are looking to use cold email for a lead generation, but you don't know how the technology works, stick around. If you are looking to do whatever, you know? So you just describe who you want to work with, and you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, you're gonna have 20 of these bullet points, and you just pretty much describe what kind of companies you want to work with, what kind of metrics they have, where are they located, what title are they going to be the person who's relevant for this, what kind of failures do they have, what kind of goals do they have, what kind of dreams do they have, you know, what kind of fears do they have. You just describe who this is for, and based on that, if the right person is watching it, we're just going to be reeling them in. It's the same thing, like imagine you see an ad from a personal trainer, and let's say that you are a 25-year-old guy and you live in Germany, and you are a busy college student, and then you see an ad saying, hey, we will help you get six-pack abs and be super ripped. And this is for you if you're 25, you're in Germany, and you're a busy college athlete, and you're a hard gainer. And then if you identify with all of those things, you're gonna be like, damn, this is crazy, this is for me. So we are gonna just describe who this is for, and also it has the opposite effect. Like if someone who is not our ideal customer, someone who we don't want to work with, if they are reading it, they read like, hey, I am not a founder or partner at an early stage startup. That is not me. Then they're just gonna leave. So we're gonna talk to more qualified leads. You're not gonna talk to people who you shouldn't be talking to. So you're gonna be saving time, because you're not gonna have a bunch of these unqualified sales calls with random people who you can't even help or work with, you know? Or let's say you sell to e-commerce stores doing more than 100,000 a month. Then if a e-commerce store doing 3,000 a month goes to their VSL, they see, hey, we only work with companies who do $100,000 a month and they're an e-commerce store. They're gonna see that, we only do 3,000 a month, this is not for us, you know? So then you don't have to take that unqualified call and you save time. And pretty much what you just do is you just open up a Google Sheet or a Google document, whatever, doesn't literally matter. And you just write down your desires, or you write down a box for desires, fears, failures, and goals. Once again, I'm gonna zoom this in a bit. Boom. Okay, that is not a big zoom. And just write down, okay, what desires does my ideal customer have? Okay, they wanna hit 500K a month. They wanna have high gross profit margins. They wanna have predictable lead flow. They wanna have 10% month over month growth. They wanna have an 8-figure exit, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what fears do they have? They are afraid that their competitors adapt faster, or maybe they're afraid that they're running out of a total addressable market. There's not enough people to sell to, or maybe they're afraid of hiring the wrong team to run their marketing. What have they failed at in the past? Okay, they tried to build an ineffective SDR team, but it failed. They tried to do Facebook ad lead form campaigns, but it was unprofitable. They hired an SEO agency, but it didn't work. They were a trash agency and they got burned. They are trying to sell to everyone, etc. Or what goals do they have? Okay, their goal is to get 20 qualified discovery calls per month, or they want to hit $300,000 a month by the end of the year 2024, or they want to have this, they want to have that, blah, 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 blah. And once again, this is super important. you're not gonna get this perfect on the first go. Especially if you're just starting out, you're not gonna know all of these things perfectly. So once again, this is dynamic. When you talk to more people, you talk to more prospects, you do more campaigns, you have more sales calls, you have more clients, all of these things, you're gonna learn these things better. People are gonna come to a sales call and say, hey, our goal is this. We have failed at this. These are our desire. We are afraid that this is gonna happen. And you're gonna learn these things better. So you go and you update it to make it more accurate, you know? A lot of people always think that there is a best niche. What is the best niche? What is the best offer? What is this? What is that? The best niche is the niche that you know the best, you know? There's no best specific niche, you know? Like the only way how we can be in a good niche is if you understand the niche. So the more you know about the niche that you are in, the better the niche is gonna be for you, you know? Like I can be in a niche that I have been in for 5 years or 3 years, and I know everything. I know the fears, I know the desires, I know the competitors there, I know the failures that everyone goes through, I know what goals people have, I know what kind of people are there, I know what terminology they use, you know? And I can be absolutely pretty. I can be doing 300K a month there, and then someone else is like, okay, that is a good niche. I'm gonna go into the same niche, and they know nothing about the niche. So obviously I'm gonna crush them. It's not the niche, it's the knowledge that you have about the niche. And then the other person who copies, maybe they are experts at cybersecurity and they have worked in cybersecurity industry for 20 years. They should go into that niche and I should be in my niche, you know? It's not the niche, it's the knowledge that you have about the niche and the information, you know? So, to recap, after you have written your claim, so have used this format to write down your claim on your Google document, you have added in some proof, you have added in some screenshots or whatever it might be, some data that your stuff actually works and it is attainable and it's realistic. And then you have written down some identification statements. You have told who this is for. We're gonna go into step 5, which is gonna be the core concept. So at this point, we have built some trust with the prospect and gotten them interested by describing their current situation. We have shown big claim, big proof, and this is perfect for you. They're gonna be locked in. They're gonna be like sitting on their computer. Wow, what is gonna happen next? This is perfect for me. So now it's time to introduce the one main belief the prospect needs to believe in order to buy your offer. Usually, this will be the mechanism you use to get results. So if they don't believe your mechanism works, they will never buy no matter how good the offer is. So think about this. If someone believes, let's say you sell cold email lead generation, you know, that's your thing. You are a cold email lead generation agency and you help marketing agencies get more leads using cold email. And then you are trying to sell it to a marketing agency owner, but they have tried cold email in the past and they did it wrong and they failed. So they have this belief in their head that, hey, cold email doesn't work. It's outdated, it's saturated, it's ruined, blah, 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 blah. So they believe in their head, they have the strong belief that, okay, cold email doesn't work for marketing agencies. Cold email doesn't work in our niche. Cold email doesn't work for selling this, selling that, you know? So if they believe that, cold email doesn't work, no matter how good your offer is, no matter how good your pitch is, no matter how good proof you have, they're never gonna buy because they have this belief that it's not gonna work for them. It's the same thing, you know, like let's say you personally, you believe that you have someone tells you for your whole life that you are terrible at math. Someone tells you for your whole life, since you were a kid, you have been told you are terrible at math. For 20 years, you live with this belief that you are terrible at math. And then someone is like, hey, I will teach you how to do math. You're gonna think, oh, I'm terrible at it. It's not for me. I've always been bad at math. I'm not gonna buy that thing. I'm not gonna pay you to teach that, you know? So it's the same thing that's happening in the prospect's head. So we need to first introduce a main belief that, hey, this is the one thing that you need to believe in to buy this. So for example, here is the truth. Most accounting companies struggle to grow because they have no predictable lead flow. They rely on referrals, industry events, and word of mouth. Because of this, they can never build a systematic sales process that lets them acquire new clients on a weekly basis. So here, the main belief that we are introducing that, hey, if you want to grow your accounting company, the main thing is predictable lead flow. Predictable lead flow equals accounting company growth. That's the only thing, because maybe all of the accounting companies in your niche that you talk to, maybe they believe that, hey, we are not growing because the economy is bad, or we are not growing because Facebook ads are expensive, or we are not growing because of blah, 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 blah. We are not growing because we don't have a sales team. So you need to introduce a new belief. You could say, hey, most accounting companies think that they can't grow because they don't have a sales team, but actually they can't grow because they don't have predictable lead flow, so they can never even hire the sales team, you know? Or in the scenario or the example that I told you, is like with the cold email, we could say, hey, here's the truth. most marketing agency owners think that cold email doesn't work because they tried it themselves and they failed, but actually they just used bad practices, bad strategy, and bad technology. When you actually do it right, you can get a bunch of revenue and you get a bunch of clients, and it actually works. It's really powerful. And then you're gonna add proof in there once again, etc. But this shouldn't be like crazy long. It should be concise. It should be a concise message that you deliver. Or another example, let's say you are selling to direct-to-consumer brands. So you sell to like these DTC e-com brands. You could say, hey, growing a direct-to-consumer brand in 2024 isn't as it used to be. Advertising costs on all platforms are rising every year. Gone are the days of firing on Facebook ad campaigns and waking up with a 300% ROAS on day one. Because this used to happen. Higher CPMs on ad platforms means higher cost to acquire new customers. To combat the rising cost to acquire a customer, brand needs to increase their lifetime value to still be able to afford the new price of advertising. The most efficient way to do this is direct response email marketing and implementing upsells to your buying process. So if you sell email marketing and upsells to your buying process, this could be a core concept that you use. Like everyone in your niche is thinking, we need better ads. We need better ads, we need better ads. So when you try to sell them cold email or email marketing or upsell funnels, they're like, no, we don't need upsell funnels. We don't need email marketing. We need better ads. So then you need to tell them, hey, the problem isn't your ads. Ads are just more expensive now. They're more expensive than they used to be 5 years ago because more people are using the ads. So for you to actually combat the rising costs of advertising, you need to increase your lifetime value. And the best way to increase lifetime value is to sell people more stuff. And we do that by email marketing and upsells. So once again, do you see how it connects all in your head? The same thing, once again, I gave the math example. You could say, hey, most people think that they're bad at math because they got a bad grade in math in like 5th grade. But actually, you got a bad math grade because you weren't focused, because the education was boring and you were a kid, and kids are not good at focusing on boring things. You probably are really good at math, but you just haven't gotten the learning model, or you haven't been learning in the right way. You haven't learned in an interactive way. So if you learn in an interactive way and you can actually focus, you can actually learn math faster, you know? Really simple stuff. And I'm gonna, once again, don't worry, I'm gonna show you an example of what that looks like. After we have written our core concept, we're going to just quickly give a quick background story. So here, now you have made a bunch of big claims and talked about the state of the prospect's business. You have talked about the market, you have talked about the industry, you have talked about the problems that the prospects might be having. So naturally, the question of why is this person even talking about this in the first place will pop in their mind. Like, okay, this guy is making sense, he's making some good points, this sounds pretty valuable, but who is this dude? Why is he talking about this? Why is he talking about lead generation? Why is he talking about growing an accounting company? Why is he talking about this in the first place? So we want to expect this. I'm going to give a quick background story on you and your agency before continuing forward, because otherwise this is going to be something that is bothering in their head. They can't focus on anything that you believe or that you're saying because they don't believe you. It's the same thing once again. If a random guy walks up to you let's say you're in a coffee shop and you're building your agency, you know, you're writing a cold email campaign, and then a random guy walks up to you and he starts saying, hey, do this in a cold email campaign, use this lead source, use that, use this, use that, use this. You're gonna think, who is this dude? You're not gonna listen to anything he says. Fucking stop yapping, bro. Go away. I'm trying to work here. You're not gonna listen to them, you know? Even if whatever he's saying, you're not gonna listen. But then let's say this guy comes up to you and say, hey, I've actually generated $200 million for our company using cold email. Can I give you a few tips? Bro, you're gonna be locked in. You're gonna be like, damn, yeah, tell me. You're gonna be taking notes. You're gonna be taking his phone number. You're gonna be taking everything. So the context that the person has about you is gonna matter a lot when you're talking, you know? That's also the reason why in the beginning of the video I showed you that we have scaled like hundreds of agencies. We have worked with over 500 agencies, and we have like scaled all of these agencies to $30,000, $50,000, $100,000, because otherwise you would just think, who is this dude? But now when you saw that, you know that I know how to scale an agency, you know that we have done it hundreds of times, you know we have been doing it for years. So it's not gonna, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to be like careful, because you know that this stuff actually works. So we want to do this in a manner that increases your status and credibility, because that's the way how people listen to people. So how to tell your background story, just how you ended up in the industry is going to be the first thing. Usually how people end up in the industry is they are in the industry themselves. There's a problem that they are experiencing. They try to find a solution. They find the solution and they start using it, and other people see you use the solution and they start also asking, hey, can you show how to do that to me? And then they just start actually selling that as an offer. That's how usually stuff works. It might have been for you, it might have not. But you want to quickly explain how you ended up working with these companies that you're working right now and how you end up providing the offer that you're providing right now. And then you want to also drop your achievements. So school degree, awards, any social proof that you might have. So once again, if you have a good degree, I was studying quantum physics in Harvard University. Even if it's not relevant to your offer at all, people are gonna think, damn, this guy is a killer. Or awards. I won a math competition in this state at this age, whatever. People are gonna think, okay, this guy is smart. Or social proof. I have been working with, I worked with Steve Jobs before he died. People are once again gonna think, okay, this guy has to know something because he's really credible. And it doesn't have to be Steve Jobs or quantum physics at Harvard. It can be some ordinary things, but just bring them up. A lot of times we think, nothing is special about my background. I haven't done anything cool. I haven't done anything special. But actually, you would be really surprised how impressed people are when you just show that stuff, So tell how you end up in the industry. What kind of achievements do you have? Do you have a school degree that could be interesting? Have you won any awards in your life? Do you have any cool social proof? Have you worked with cool people? Have you worked with cool companies? Whatever it might be. Do you have any partnerships or case studies? I worked with this company. I partnered up with them. I made them this amount of money. Just stack up your status delta, Just stack up your credibility. Just show people that you are an expert. Even if you feel that you don't have anything crazy cool to share it anyways. It's better than having nothing. And here, really important note is that bragging can really hurt your relationship with the prospect. Like you have built like a lot of good rapport through all of these phases. So if you start bragging really hard, people are gonna think, who is this dude? Fuck you, People are jealous. Fuck off, mate. So use statements like, for what it matters, not that it matters. I don't share this with you to impress you. I don't mean to brag. So you could say, for example, even though it is a bit of bragging, you can still say, hey, I'm not sharing this to impress you. I'm just sharing this so you get better context. I studied quantum physics at Harvard University. I worked with Steve Jobs, and I fucking made $1 million before I turned 18 doing this. But I'm not sharing that to impress you. I'm just sharing that so you know that you can listen to me, So don't brag, use these statements. It makes it way softer. So super simple. At this point, what you should have your headline. You should have some proof there under the headline. You should have your identification statements telling who this is for. You should have your core concept, and then you have your background story, a bit of status delta, add a picture of yourself, do all these cool things. Then we go into the meat. Now we have prepping everything for this part. We go to step 7, which is activity steps. So the first question, we always want to think about, this is a really, really good thing for marketing. Good habit to get into. Always when you're creating any marketing or sales assets or doing anything in marketing or sales, just think, okay, what would I think if I was in this situation? Just think about it from the other side of the process. So what is the first thing that you're going to think when you start watching an educational video? What do I get from this? This is going to be handled by the headline. Okay, then when you know what you get from this, the second thing in your mind is going to be, why should I trust you? Why should I trust this guy talking? That's why you use the proof section. Then, when you have figured that out, the third thing you're going to have in your head is, okay, is this actually for me? You've answered that. And then, when all of these 3 things have been answered, fourth thing is going to be in the head. Okay, I know what I get. I know that this works. I know this is for me. How does this work? Tell me how this works, And because of that, there we're going to use activity step section. So activity steps, pretty much, now we have made a bunch of big claims and talked about the state of the prospect's business. Naturally, the question, damn, this is a wrong slide. My bad. This is here as a mistake. Boom. Let's get rid of it. So pretty much, this is what I meant to show you. Activity steps. Every single time when you have an offer, when you sell anything, there is going to be, you're selling a transformation. There's always a starting stage. So state A. This is the starting state of the customer. People come to you, they are at a certain situation. They are doing $30,000 a month. And they want to get to stage B, they want to do $100,000 a month. People are overweight, they want to be not overweight. Or people have a broken phone, they want to have a phone that works. People have no leads, people have unprofitable ad campaigns, whatever. They want to have profitable ad campaigns. they have a 0.5x ROAS, they want to have a 2x ROAS. They're getting 5 leads a month, they want to have 25 leads a month. You know, you're always providing a transformation between one point to another. That's what people buy. That's your offer. Your offer is this transformation. So how you get people from point A to point B, there's always a path to get there. There's always different steps to get there. You always have to go through step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, you know, or step 1, step 2, step 3, you know. There's always a process to go from A to B, you know. You understand this. For example, in the example of B2B lead generation, once again, if I zoom this in an example of a B2B lead generation agency, someone might be, stage A is they have no cold email campaigns running and they are not generating any leads from outreach. They're relying on referrals fully. And they want to stop relying on referrals and they want to be generating 10 calls a month from outreach. So what is the process to get there? How I would do it is I would first identify what niche we are going into. Then I would build the infrastructure to send the cold emails. And then after we have built the infrastructure, so we are set up the cold email domains, etc., we're going to be scraping a lead list from the niche that we identified. Then we're going to be writing the campaigns, we're going to be writing the scripts and all these things. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to launch and optimize the campaigns. And when we do those steps in this order and we do them correctly, we're going to go from A to B. We're going to go from not having cold email campaigns running and generating 0 leads from cold email to generating cold email campaigns, or generating leads from cold email campaigns. Or another example, a sales outsourcing agency. So let's say you run an agency where you do sales outsourcing and you help people make more sales. Okay, they have a 10% closing rate and they want to have 20% closing rate. First thing, map out the sales process. Let's figure out what we need to be selling here. Let's figure out how we actually sell. Okay, then we're going to create the scripts and the assets, and we're going to be doing the CRM implementation, we're going to be training the sales rep, etc. And step 3 is drive leads to the pipeline, and then we're going to just get leads to the pipeline and we're going to close them, you know, or whatever it might be. Let's say you sell, once again, let's say you sell AI automation. Step 1, figure out what needs automating. Step 2, build an MVP automation. Step 3, figure out is it working well, figure out what we need to optimize. Step 4, build a better automation, whatever, you know. There's always, no matter what you're selling, no matter what your service is, there's always a process to get your clients from stage A to stage B. And every single person watching this video, I guarantee, if you sell an agency offer, if you sell a service, if you sell a product, no matter what you ever sell, you're always providing a transformation. The people who buy your stuff, they have a starting situation and they want to be in a different situation. And to go from A to B, that is what your service or offer or product does, you know. And there's a process. So you're going to take the 3 to 5 highest leverage activity steps of your process and break them down for the prospect. You're not going to break it into small pieces, 350 steps. You're breaking it into 3 to 5 major big steps, and then you break them down for the prospect. You're not mentioning or selling your own product or service. You're educating them on how the process works. And once again, you don't have to give away all of your secret sauce. You can talk more about the what someone needs to do instead of how it needs to be done. You can say you first need to identify your niche, but you don't need to tell them exactly how to identify that niche. But you can you just tell them, hey, this is what the first thing you have to do. And you need to explain why the steps are important and what happens if you don't do it, what tools to use, etc. And use graphs, use pictures, SOPs to explain better. And once again, I'm going to show you in a second a great example of how to do this and how it actually looks in a real sales letter. But you're just going to be showing them the process. Hey, if you want to go from A to B, the first thing you need to do is this. This is why this is important. This is what happens if you don't do it. This is how to actually do it. Use this tool, use this script, use this process, boom, 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 boom. After you have done step 1, go to step 2. Do this, do that, do blah, 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 blah. And then people are getting educated. They understand the process better. They get value. Because once again, it's like if no one has ever heard about cold email lead generation, they don't know that cold email can be automated. It's really hard to sell them an automated cold email campaign if they don't even understand how it works, you know, if they don't know why it works, if they don't understand what the piece of the puzzle look like, you know. So instead of you going on a call and spending an hour to explain them how a cold email campaign works and what are the steps, you can just film a video and show it there. Boom. So after you have done your activity steps, your step 7, you're going to go into step 8, which is option 1 versus option 2. And this is going to be the close. We are going to start final closing. So everything here, all the steps until the activity steps, we have not been selling them anything. We haven't mentioned our product. We haven't mentioned our service. We haven't mentioned our offer. We have not been selling them. It has been purely educational. How to do this is the first thing. I'm going to show you how to do this. Then here's the proof that it works. This is going to be useful for you if you're this person. This is the core concept. By the way, this is who we are, you know. And here's the step. This is how to do this. This is the steps. First do this, then do this, then do this. This all has been educational. So now we finally start transitioning into the pitch. Option 1 versus option 2. I have a good matrix picture. Blue pill, red pill, blah, blah, blah. So now the prospect has been educated on your claim, your process, and past results. They have seen how the process works and are probably overwhelmed with new information. So if you've done your job right, they are likely eager to try out the process. If you have done this correctly, they're going to be thinking, I can't wait to start using this and implement this to our business. Now it's time to tie it all together and showcase why they should not try it alone and why they should hire you, because that is the whole point of the video sales letter. So how we're going to do this is we are going to say, okay, now you know the process. Now you have 2 options. Option 1 is you can do it yourself in-house. However, you're going to run into problem 1, problem 2, problem 3. So for example, hey, you have 2 options. Option 1, you can do it yourself. However, you have to spend $20,000 to $30,000 in hiring an in-house team to run the system for you. You need to spend 3 to 6 months experimenting with different processes to learn the nuances. And you'll end up spending 3 to 6 hours every day managing the campaigns. We want to just point out the true hard facts and understand that it needs to be true. You can't just make up, this is going to cost you $1 million to do. You can't say shit like that. People are going to know that you're lying. Never lie to your prospects. But you just need to show, hey, here's some real hard-hitting truths that it's not going to be easy to do this yourself. Even though I gave you the process, there's a lot of small nuances that you don't know. You have to hire some new people in-house and train them and spend a lot of money on that hiring. You have to spend a lot of time every single day on managing this. It will take you a lot of time to learn how to run this and experimenting, etc., and figuring out all the small details. The tools that you're going to use are going to cost money. There's going to be a lot of risk, blah, 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 blah. You just point out, hey, you can go ahead and do this yourself, but here's some problems that you're gonna run into, just so you're aware. And then you're gonna say, or you can use option 2, which is hire us and start generating X results in Y time frame without painful things C. So you show, hey, you can do it yourself, but you're gonna have all these problems. Or you can hire us and start booking in leads, or start getting new clients, or start making money, or start saving time in the next 2 weeks without having to build this painful fucking team, you know? So you just show them, hey, like we go here, boom, to go from A to B, do the step 1, step 2, step 3. But if you want to do step 1, it's going to be really expensive and hard. If you want to do step 2, it's going to also be expensive and hard. And step 3 is going to be expensive and hard. So if you want to do this process and make sure that you get results, just hire us to complete steps 2 and 3. You know, do you see how logical that is? And then what you do, then the optional section, you're going to have case studies, and this is optional. And the reason why this is optional is not everyone is going to have case studies who's watching this video. So I wrote optional, but if you have case studies, you're going to drop them here. So you show, or you can use option 2, hire us, start generating results, etc., etc., etc. This is the exact choice that this person did, and this company made, and this company made, and these are results that they're getting. So for example, hey, hire us to write your video sales letter. That is the exact thing that Kasper Korhonen did. We actually didn't write their video sales letter, but if I was selling a video sales letter service and we had done this, or I could say, hey, this is how you can scale your agency. You can do it yourself, or just hire us to do it for you. This is the exact thing that Kasper Korhonen did, and he got all those results. So it was a great decision, you know? So drop your case studies. And then after you drop your case studies, you want to introduce benefits. A lot of people are always geeking about features. They want to talk about the features. So if you've ever heard this marketing lesson, is sell the benefits, not the features. A lot of people are, hey, we will write you 3 cold email campaigns. We will set up 20 domains for you. We will scrape you 3,000 leads. We will have a bi-weekly call with you. We will do this and that and this and that. People don't want to buy the features. They want to buy the benefits from the features. They want to buy the end outcome. So instead of telling what they are getting, tell them what those things do, you know? So next thing you're going to say, here's what's going to happen when you work with us. You'll be able to get X, Y, Z, A, B, C. You're going to get all of these results. So for example, you will be able to generate leads at a rate that you have never seen before. You'll be able to close at over 20%. You'll be able to get profitable out of pre-revenue fast, so you're not reliant on outside investments and giving away equity. You will be able to treat your startup as a machine when you put $1 in and know exactly what you're getting out. You will be able to stand out from all the other startups fighting for VC attention. Blah, 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 blah. You will be able to start saving time immediately. You will be able to start making profit from your ads immediately. You will be able to start making extra $50,000 every single month in the next 3 months. You know, you just tell the benefits what they're gonna get when they work with you, not what they're gonna get specifically. Don't tell the specific features. You can do that in a sales call. Right here, we don't have to sell them on the whole thing. We just have to sell them on booking the call and the value of working with you. So after we have showed the benefits, boom, step 11, call to action. Tie it all together and get the prospect to book a discovery call with you. So now we have been selling them and selling them and selling them and educating, nurturing, building rapport, all of these things. All of this is great, but if at the end they don't book a call with you, it was all for nothing. So now we need to hit them with a strong call to action. Drop your offer and instruct them to book a call from a link or a button. So if it's a video sales letter on your landing page, you can say, hey, under this video, there is a button that says book a call. Press that button, fill out the questionnaire, and book a 30-minute discovery call with me, and I'm gonna show you how everything works, and we're gonna see if this actually would work for you or whatever it might be. And also, if you have a guarantee, now is the time to drop it as well. Click the button below, book a call, and of course, I wanna mention, if you don't get results, you don't pay, or you only pay us after we have booked you 10 calls. You only do this, only do that, blah, 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 blah. So drop your guarantee. And then, really important, is people need reasons to act right now. So even if you do a good call to action, even if you have a good offer, people are gonna think, I'm gonna do this later. I'm gonna bookmark this. I'm gonna book the call next month or next week or tomorrow because I'm really busy, I'm really tired, I'm all of these things right now. So you need to get them to do it right now. And here we wanna use scarcity or urgency or a combination of both to get the prospect to act now. And once again, super important thing that I wanna really hammer down on. Never use fake scarcity or never use fake urgency. Don't say the price is going up in 24 hours if the price is not going up in 24 hours. I see that every single day by people, and immediately when I see it, I don't trust them. Straight up, I'm like, okay, this guy's a fucking idiot, don't do it. Or don't say, we can only work with 3 clients if you can work with 20 clients, or if you are working with 20 clients. Make sure that the stuff that you say is real. The only thing that you can't get back, the only thing that is gonna follow you for the rest of your life is your reputation. Don't ruin it. It's not worth it. You can't. You can't pull a big enough scam together or a fucking fake thing together for it to be worth it to ruin your reputation. I've seen it multiple times in the market. There's a bunch of people doing shady stuff, and they ruin their reputation to make an extra 20k or extra 50k or extra 100k. That's idiotic because they're gonna have their reputation ruined for the rest of their life. So don't use fake stuff, but just tell them why they should act right now. Hey, by the way, make sure that you book, if you're interested in doing this, make sure that you're booking the call now because our prices are going up 1st of August by 30%. Or make sure that you book right now because this thing might not work anymore in 6 months. Or make sure that you book now. If you book now or if you book in the next 7 days, you're gonna get a bonus thing. You're gonna get that free thing. You're gonna get a discount. You're gonna get whatever. Or you can use scarcity, which is pretty much, hey, make sure that you book right now because we can only work with 5 people at a time or 5 companies at a time. If the spots fill up, then they fill up and you have to wait, you know? So these are powerful elements to get people to act now. So, but once again, don't use fake scarcity or fake urgency. It's cringe, it's dumb, it's not worth it. I see it every day. It's fucking terrible. How dumb do you have to be? And then step 13, summary. So the last thing that you're gonna write on your video sales letter is you're gonna summarize everything. So after the call to action, you're just gonna say, hey, so to summarize everything, we will help you with step 1. We will identify our niche. We will set up your cold email infrastructure. We will scrape your lead list. We'll do this, we will do that, and that is gonna get you the results. You only pay on results. Prices are going up in a week. There's only 3 spots. Book a call. Boom. So that's how you're gonna do everything. That's how you're gonna write it. And there's a bunch of other stuff that we're gonna go through in a second, but that's how you write it. You take a Google document and just put all of these pieces together, you know? You first write your claim, then you write your proof, then you write your identification, core concept, background, everything. You're just gonna write it on a Google document. Then you're gonna go into, I have 2 step 13s. Wow, how professional. So you're gonna go into step 14, which is recording the video sales letter. Obviously, if it's just a sales letter, you don't have to record anything. But if it's a video sales letter, which it should be, you need to record something. You need to record a video of it. So the process for this is simple. First, read out what you just wrote 5 times to get familiar with it. And a lot of people skip this. It's painful. It's annoying. Your throat is going to be hurting. It's going to take a lot of energy. Maybe you get a headache if you haven't done it a lot. But read out the VSL 5 times to get familiar with it. So you have your neural connections to that. You know what's coming next. You know what words you use, all of these things. And then as you're reading it out, edit any parts that sound clunky or unnatural. So sometimes you're reading the thing that you just wrote and it sounds really weird when you say it. So edit it so it doesn't sound weird when you say it. Get a haircut and 8 hours of sleep. So don't just write it and record it. Write it, read it out loud, edit it, go to the barber shop, get a haircut, get your mustache or beard trimmed, put on a nice shirt, fucking trim your eyebrows, get your nose hair removed, whatever, and go get an 8 hours of sleep so you look fresh, you know? So you don't look like an idiot and look like a dead person, like a corpse when recording. Then make sure you have a decent microphone and a webcam. You don't need to have a professional Sony video camera with a nice lens, and you don't need to have a $400 microphone, but just make sure that you're not recording with your laptop microphone or with your AirPods microphone, because it sounds terrible. Like the video doesn't even have to be that good. Like the actual video quality can be pretty trash. Like a really easy hack is to use your phone and record the video with your phone or record the face cam with your phone. But the video quality doesn't have to be great. But the audio quality can't be bad. That is the easiest way to destroy your video sales letter immediately. If your audio sounds like you're in an aquarium, you know? Because people can't watch through that. They will click off immediately. So make sure you have like a basic microphone. You can get like a good microphone for like 30, 40, 50 bucks. Like a Razer Siren Mini. It's like $40 and it's good. You can get a Blue Yeti. You can get a bunch of these different microphones, work really well. This is, I don't know, Sony, this is Shure SM7B. This works also great, but it's a bit more expensive. Get like an okay camera, it doesn't have to be great. Get some kind of an external light, so sit in front of a window and have the natural light shining to your face, or get like a studio light, whatever. Just look presentable, you know, it's not that hard. Clean out your background and make sure there's no background noises. So make sure that there's nothing crazy going on in your background. It's not your unmade bed. And make sure that there's no crazy stuff that you hear around your house or your office, because once again, it's gonna be distracting. And then present your presentation. Go through it casually and energetically through your presentation. A lot of people, when they record a video sales letter, they sit there like this. My name is Levi Erla, and in this video I'm gonna show you how to grow your B2B SaaS company. Fucking terrible! You could be replaced by an AI robot avatar monkey, you know? You're literally useless at presenting. So make sure that you have a bit of energy, have a bit of excitement, have a bit of that edge, use your hands when you talk, change your tonality. Sometimes you can talk a bit faster and a bit louder and blah, 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 blah. And sometimes when you're saying something really important, you can maybe whisper it out. That's a bit dramatic, but you can lower your voice. So you don't have to go and study crazy tonalities and all of these things, but make sure you don't sound like a robot. Sometimes get excited, have some energy, be pumped up, speak a bit louder, speak a bit faster, and sometimes speak a bit more laid back, a bit more relaxed. And this way, your tonality is changing and it's easier for people to pay attention to what you're saying, because it's not monotone and they're not like getting completely bored out of their mind. Then record it. You can use Loom, you can use ScreenFlow, you can use a bunch of different recording softwares. If you can't find a recording software, you shouldn't be doing this anyways. And then just edit out the ums and the ahs, if there's like a really bad amount. If it's just a few casual ones, no worries, no need to do it. But you don't need any fancy editing. People want to see some raw, good stuff. Of course, when you have iterated your VSL a lot, you have been in an industry for like years and years and years, and you are making a lot of money, then you can get like a professional editor and professional studio for a video sales letter. But when you're just doing your first few VSLs, don't get an editor. It's useless to spend money on it. It's useless to wait. Just film it. Go out there. You're gonna be changing it in a few weeks anyway, so it's pointless to do any of that stuff. And then when you have recorded the video, upload it on your landing page, put it on YouTube, put it on LinkedIn, and put it anywhere where you can get eyeballs on it. Go put it on our Instagram bio and go troll on fucking meme page comments, you know? Just get eyeballs on it. And a few questions that I know everyone is gonna have. This is the first one and the biggest one. How long should my video sales letter be? I hear this every day. I can't do a video sales letter like you teach me because my prospects they don't have the time to watch a 30-minute video, or they don't have the time to watch a 20-minute video. They don't have time for this. First of all, that's cope. Though I guarantee you, your prospects have watched a movie in the last few months. People, if someone has time to watch a movie, they have time to watch your video sales letter. They have wasted 20 to 30 minutes doing something way dumber than watching a video sales letter. The only reason why people are not watching your 20-minute video is because it's terrible. Your audio quality is bad, your video quality is bad, your presentation is terrible, your actual script is terrible, your headline is terrible. It's terrible. So of course people are not watching it. You know, it's like, why Oppenheimer is like over 3 hours, I think. I don't know. I never saw it, but Oppenheimer is like over 3 hours. Bunch of busy, rich, successful people went and saw it, and they sit through the whole movie. So they do have the time, but the only reason why they watched through it was because it was good content. It was useful for them because it was entertaining. So if people are not watching your video sales letter, it's not because they don't have the time. It is because you created a bad video sales letter, and that's fine. You're gonna do that. It's gonna happen. Your first VSL is gonna be terrible. It's a learning process. I have spent years doing this. I have spent almost $100,000. I have invested like almost $100,000 in consulting and coaching just to write video sales letters. I have spent almost 100K on that in the last 2 years, and it's the best investment I've ever made in my life. It's gonna take a bit of time to get good at them, but don't say that people don't have the time, because that's cope. And also one thing here is like, let's say you have a 60-minute video sales letter. It's like people have different buying temperature. People have different like criteria that they need. Someone is going to start watching your video sales letter. They're going to see the claim, and your claim is going to be, hey, we are going to grow accounting companies and you're going to make extra 100K if you're an accounting company owner. Someone is going to see that, like, okay, that is great. I'm interested. But I'm not sure if this is true. Then they're going to go to your proof section. Hey, here's some results. They're going to be like, okay, that's all I need. I'm booking a call. Someone needs only like 3 minutes. Then someone is like, okay, I'm not sure if this is for me. Well, okay, I need the core concept. I need to see the background story. And then they see like one activity step. Okay, this person clearly knows what he's talking about, or she talks about, I'll book a call. And someone is really skeptical and they watch through the whole thing before booking a call. So people need different levels of information. Someone only is gonna watch 3 minutes. Someone's gonna watch full 60 minutes. Someone's gonna watch 30 minutes. Someone's gonna watch 2 hours if there's 2 hours to watch. People are different. But if you have a 3-minute video sales letter, all of the people who needed more information are not gonna book. So don't worry about the length of it. Just worry about the content of it and the presentation of it. Second thing, how often should I update my VSL? So this is really important. A lot of people, they create a video sales letter today, and then 6 months later, they have the same video sales letter, even though they are 1,000 times smarter and better and more educated about their niche. Update your video sales letter every single time when you get some critical information. Sometimes you create a video sales letter, you upload it to your landing page, then 3 days later, you go on a sales call and you have a prospect that says, hey, I went through your video sales letter and I had this one question from it. Or I went through your video on your landing page, I had this one question, and you're gonna know, okay, I have to update it, I need to re-record it. Again, it's 3 days later, and the prospect asks, I just didn't understand how you can scrape a lead list. So then you know, okay, I need to make it more clear on the video sales letter, so people are not gonna think about that before they hop into a call. Boom. So update it every single time when you have some critical information, or maybe someone tells you, yeah, I saw your claim and actually, or I saw your video, and actually really funny that you mentioned that, like, our biggest pain hasn't been hiring a sales team, but our biggest pain has been managing a sales team, or ramping up a sales team, or the churn of sales reps. So like, okay, I need to go and change my headline. So instead of without hiring a sales team, you say without churning all of your SDRs. So once again, it becomes better. And I know it can be boring, it can be painful, it can be annoying to go and update it and refilm it and refilm it and refilm it, and you think, I don't need to do it, but trust me, it pays off. It's so valuable to do. So update it every single time when you get new information. And then also something that you might be wondering, how to use my video sales letter. Okay, now I have filmed it, I have recorded it, what do I do now? Put it on a landing page, put it on a LinkedIn profile, put it on YouTube. When you're sending follow-ups between sales, like after sales calls or on emails, whatever, link it there. If you have pre-call or post-call automations or email flows in your sales process, put it there. So for example, if someone books a call, say, hey, before the call, make sure I watch the full video. You can use this as a sales process. So when you have the whole document written out, you can literally use this as a sales script because it answers all the questions that the prospect has or might have. So you can use the sales script. You can take small pieces out of it. Like if you have 30 pages or 40 pages or 50 pages, you can take one of those pages and create a LinkedIn post about it or a YouTube video about it or whatever it might be. Once again, good content. So use it everywhere. If it's well written, use it everywhere. So I'm going to show you an example of what our sales letter looks like, because you're probably interested about that. So this is a sales letter that we wrote for our agency, and keep in mind it's not completely ready yet because we are doing a bit of more research to make sure that all of our points are correct, and And I know these things, because it's a brand new VSL, so we are taking some sales calls and making sure that everything's correct there, and making sure that we have full feedback, because it's a pretty long one, but this is pretty much what it looks like. And you will see how all of these elements that I just went through, how these are going to be applied here. So the first thing, we are calling out the niche, and we have a headline. And here you can see we are not using the exact same headline that I showed in the example. And the reason for this is really simple. This is actually a headline that one extremely smart person in the industry told us, hey, you should use this as an identification headline. So we are trying this out. Then we have our proof section. So first, boom, bold claim. Hey, growth marketing for those who want to become unicorns. This is obviously a really, really bold claim. So then they're going to think, okay, how do we know that we can trust these guys? So the first thing they see, bunch of logos. Boom, we have worked with PyDrive, we have worked with Instantly, we have worked with Outgrow, we have worked with this, we have worked with that. Boom, 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 boom. Then they see more case studies. Hey, we made these guys, we made these people 5 million in 52 days. We made them 650K in 90 days. We are filling out PyDrive's quota. We are getting them 10 conversions every month on their mid to high tier plans, converting 90% of the leads on annual plans, a month-to-month basis. So like they see this, and they say like, okay, these people know what they're doing. Identification section. Who is this for? If you're a founder, boom, boom, boom. We describe our perfect client here. As you can see, it's not just 3 points. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. So they see all of these things. Boom. The training wheels are off. So these are core concepts, and here we explain what does our prospect need to understand. They need to understand that, hey, investors are not just blindly throwing money around anymore. You need to have some traction. You need to have product market fit. You need to have some kind of like valuable unit economic case for a startup before people want to invest. And here's proof of it. Here's like Crunchbase actually has proof of it. Boom. Okay, I understand it. This is really important. A founder sees this. They're like, okay, we actually need to start doing some cold email or whatever we need to start doing. Digital ad spend is getting more expensive. Boom, boom, boom. Then we have our team. Obviously, we have 4 people in our team, so we just say, hey, we were founded in 2023 through merging of 3 B2B leads, through merging of 3 B2B growth and lead generation companies. Here's all of our team members. We have over 9 years of combined experience. We have worked with all of PyDrive, Instantly, CLD, Instantly. Obviously, all of these are huge companies and 5 other clients in numerous B2B verticals. We are certified experts in these tools, and we have made over $30 million, blah, 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 blah. We have been featured here. Our offices are here. And then we go into the activity steps. Step 1, customer prospect interviews on market solution and probing. So we explain this. We show like we have a bunch of stuff here. We explain everything like why this is important, how to do it, why it matters, we give examples, third-party examples, our own examples. We answer questions that they might have. We give examples. We give them scripts, blah, 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 blah. Boom. As you can see, we explain them how the process works. Step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. Then we go into summary. Hey, all you need to do is this. Now we have 2 choices. Option 1, do it yourself, but it's gonna be hard, expensive, and you're probably not gonna succeed because of these things. Or you can work with us and you can start closing 5 to 10 new clients each month and get on the path to become the next unicorn in the next 3 to 6 months. Again, who is this for? Boom. Case studies. Boom. Case study, 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 blah, 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 blah. So obviously when someone goes through this, they know that we know our stuff. The outcomes, okay, these are gonna be the benefits. Hey, next steps. If you want to, like, if you would want to do this yourself, it would cost you 200 to 400K per year. We are only a fraction of the cost. Here's what you get. Boom, boom. You get all of these things. Instead of paying 200 to 400K, work with us. Book a discovery call here. Personal approach, our guarantee. If by 120 days of working together we're not able for whatever reason generate you 2 ideal customers per week, all of our work will be on the house. To summarize everything, these are the things you get. Book a call. So these are pretty much, as you can see, the exact same structure. We have done a lot of these in the past 2 years, and it works extremely, extremely well. We have done hundreds of these. So as I promised, if you want my free VSL template and training, go get the 24-hour LGA Kickstart. It's going to be the first link in bio. It's free course. It shows you how to start your own B2B lead generation agency in the first 24 hours. It's completely free. And even if you don't want to start a B2B lead generation agency, go get the VSL templates and training. It's going to be in module 5. It's going to have the whole funnel structure. It also has a landing page template, etc., etc., etc. It's going to be really great, of course. And then if you want to work closer with me and our team and have us do your sales letters, do your VSLs, consult you on your cold email campaigns and just growing your agency, also go check out angelvelocity.io. It's our mastermind. Join that. I don't think we have spots right now open, but go read it, join the waitlist, like the video, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you want me to talk about next. Thank you for your time and attention. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.